Okay, I'm back. Yeah, he picked up overtime again, left me alone again. And really, he needs to learn not to do that so much, but, you know, hey, whatever. Trying a new hairdo. Like it. It's, inspired from Napoleon Dynamite, the girl Deb on that. And this, I think this is why Napoleon fell in love with her. It's very youthful looking. You know, and you can put beads in it. And yeah, it's very easy to do. You just comb it to the side, put the ponytail in, you're all set. Got my new nightie on. It's got clocks all over it. See? Gob didn't think it was too funny when I asked him to adjust my dials, but on the clocks, but you know. He was cooking breakfast, so I didn't push it anymore. I wanted my breakfast. Alright, tonight we're going to talk about a book that I have. I'm thinking about maybe starting like a book club, Oprah Book Club, or if you want to just blacken your screen, it could be an audio book where you don't have to buy the book and you just listen to me and my wonderful voice read it to you. Okay. The book is called 1,000 Ways to Please a Husband. It's from 1917. Louise Bennett Weaver and Helen Coles LeCron wrote it. And open it up. And the first page is 1,000 Ways to Please a Husband. And you got this woman, and what she's doing is she's peeling some apples, and she's got little cherubs. One's writing out the word Bob, and one's running away with Bob. I think they're making them out of peelings. Very inventive, very smart. Reuse, repurpose. Okay. And then you go to the next page, and she's holding up a cake that she made. Her husband's outside. And there's that little chair. Look, butt sticking out. I'm surprised in 1917 that got through, because you weren't supposed to even show her ankles. And, you know, no. And then there's the first page, 1,000 Ways to Please a Husband, with Bettina's Best Recipes by Louise Bennett Weaver and Helen Coles LeCron. And then there's one of those little kitchen cherubs, you know, sitting there. And underneath the kitchen cherub it says, this one, The Romance of Cooking and Housekeeping. Decorations by Elizabeth Colborn. A.L. Burt Company Publications, New York, 1917. And then there's some more little cherubs, and they got, you know, they got a salt shaker, and what's that thing? Looks like a cookie, and a spoon, and an egg, and, you know, okay. Well, the dedication says, and I gotta put on my glasses, can't see shit, to every other little bride who has a Bob to please, and says he's tried and tried and tried. She's tried. To cook with skill and ease and can't, we offer here as a guide Bettina's recipes. To her whose Bob is prone to wear a sad and angry look, because the maid he thought so fair is, well, just can't cook. To her we say, do not despair, just try Bettina's book. So, yeah. See, I'm reading this because, you know, that, like I said in one of my other things here, the 50 Shades of Grey thing. Haven't read it, haven't seen the movie. Everybody's talking about it. But it's like, you know, mommy porn or whatever. Well, this is what I'm thinking was mommy porn in 1917. So, yeah, here's the first page of the reading. There's little kitchen cherubs. There's the husband and the wife. I don't know what's on that tray, but he looks awful happy. They look happy. So, it says, June, no, you cannot live on kisses. Through the honeymoon is sweet. Hearken brides, a true word this is, even lovers need to eat. Really? Okay. Yeah, alright. Alright, chapter 1. I'm just going to read a page once in a while, or a paragraph or something. And chapter 1, Home at Last. Home at last, sighed Bettina, happily as the hot and dusty travelers left the train. Why that contented sigh? Asked Bob. Because our wedding trip is over. Well, anyhow, Bettina, sorry, I keep calling her Bettina, whatever. Bettina, it's after 5. Shall we have dinner at the hotel? Hotel? Why, Bob, with our house and our dishes and our silver just waiting for us, I'm ashamed of you. We'll take the first car for home, a streetcar, not a taxi. Because, back in 1917, a taxi was like 10 cents, maybe. And that was, a lot of money back then. Our extravagant days are over, and the time has come to show you that Bettina knows how to keep house. You think that you love me now, Bobby? Just wait until you sit down to a real strawberry shortcake made by a real cook in a real home. Half an hour later, Bob was unlocking the door of the new brown bungalow. Isn't it dear? Cried Bettina proudly. When we've had time to give it grass and shrubs and flowers and a vegetable garden, no place in town will equal it. My place is kind of like that. And as for the porch, how I'd like to get at Mother's attic and transform some of her discarded things. Just now, I'd rather get at some of Mother's cooking, grinned Bob. Just get this one more page, and then we'll talk about other stuff. Oh dear, I forgot. I'll have supper ready in 10 minutes. Who the fuck can get... Really? They've been away on your honeymoon and she's going to get dinner ready in 10 minutes? Okay. Do you remember my emergency shelf? Why, Bob, they must have known we were coming. There's ice and milk and cream and butter and bread and rolls and even a grapefruit. There's an explanation for it. I guess grapefruit back then was, hard to get. I don't know. They knew and didn't meet the train because they thought we would prefer to have our first meal alone. Somebody's getting it on. Wasn't that dear of them? And this will save you a trip to a corner grocery. Bettina fastened a trim percale bungalow apron over her traveling suit. Right? Really? Because most people get on a fucking plane nowadays in sweatpants and flip-flops and bra and shit hanging out and stinking, and this chick's got a traveling suit. And Swifty and Shirley assembled the little meal. I like the apron, said Bob. Yeah, bet he did. It reminds me of a rainy day when we fixed the emergency shelf. That was fun. Yes, and work too, said Bettina. But I'm glad we did it. Do you remember how much I saved by getting things in dozen and half-dozen lots? And Mother showed me how much better it was to buy larger sizes and bottle things, because in buying the smaller bottles, you spend most of your money for glass. Now that you have to pay bills, Bob, you'll be glad that I know these things. See, this woman was way ahead of her time. She was buying in bulk. She was looking at prices. And she wasn't paying for shit she didn't need. So she was way ahead of her time. 1917? Wow! It was a good thing. I think you know a great deal, said Bob admiringly. Lots of girls can cook, but mighty few know how to be economical at the same time. It's great to be your... And there's a pause. Dinner is served, Bettina interrupted. It's a pick-up meal. But I'm hungry, aren't you? And after this, sir, no more canned things. And Bob sat down to creamed tuna on toast strips, canned peas and butter sauce. Checking my video, still going, sorry. Rolls, butter, strawberry preserves, hot chocolate with marshmallows. She did all this shit in 10 minutes? No microwave? Wow! You're fucking awesome. And then it gets into, it actually shows the recipes for all the shit that she served in that 10-minute meal in 1917. See, there's recipes and, what to use. But her emergency shelf that she spoke about, listen to this one. Bettina's emergency shelf. 6 cans of pimentos, 6 cans of tuna, 6 cans of salmon, 6 jars of dried beef. That was, back then the dried beef, they used it for something called SOS. Shit on the fucking shingle. Well, that would be SOFS, but, 12 cans of corn, 12 cans of peas, 6 cans of string beans, 6 cans of lima beans, 6 cans of deviled ham. I think that's before Spam came along, but, 6 cans of tomatoes, 6 pint jars of pickles, 6 pint jars of olives, 6 small cans of condensed milk, 6 boxes of sweet wafers, 1 pound box of salted codfish, 3 packages of marshmallows, 3 cans of mushrooms, and 2 packages of macaroni. There's a couple of things. I think she was thinking about, war or Holocaust or something like that when, everything goes awry and blows up. I think she was one of those doomsday preppers. She was looking way in the future, like I said, way ahead of the time. This woman is just amazing. All right, chapter 2. Well, I'll get to chapter 2 next time, and we can talk about, chapter 1, which was only like 2.5 pages. I think it's going to be a really long book to get through, but, it's very interesting of how they lived back then, and some of the stuff that, she even tells you how to make the strawberry preserves. I don't know what he put it on. He must have put it on one of the rolls. But this entire book is, 1,000 ways to please a husband. I know 2. Food. Sex. Oh, food, sex. But,